Have you ever felt like God is silent while your world falls apart? This is the story of a man who was betrayed, forgotten, and imprisoned. But God never left him. His name was Joseph. There are moments in life when everything seems to fall apart. When the ones we trusted betray us. When the dreams God planted in our hearts feel farther away than ever. Joseph knew that pain. Still just a young man, Joseph was betrayed by his own brothers. They sold his life for a handful of coins, tearing him away from his home, his father, his dreams. He was taken as a slave to Egypt, to a foreign land, with no family, no friends, no protection. But even though Joseph was sold by men, he was never abandoned by God. In the midst of slavery, in the lowest part of his story, the hand of God prospered everything he did. Joseph worked. He served, he honored, even in the midst of pain. Things seemed to be turning around, until he was falsely accused and thrown into prison. Once again, betrayed. Once again, forgotten. Where was God? Where were the promises? Years went by. Years of silence, of cold nights, of tears shed in the dark. But Joseph chose to keep believing. He chose to stay faithful, even when he saw no answers, even when he didn't understand why. And it was in God's perfect time that everything changed. In a single day, Joseph went from a forgotten prisoner to the governor of Egypt. Not by his own strength, not by human influence, but because God honors those who remain faithful in the waiting. Joseph wasn't just restored, he was exalted. His pain was not in vain. His process was not a punishment. It was preparation. Maybe today you find yourself in your own Egypt, in your own desert of betrayal, injustice, and closed doors. Maybe you've cried out to God asking, "Why me? When will my story change?" Let me tell you something. God has not forgotten you. Every tear you've cried, every wound you've endured, is building the character you will need for the place God is leading you to. Your story doesn't end with betrayal. It doesn't end in the prison. Your story ends in victory. God doesn't improvise. God doesn't lie. And if He promised it, He will fulfill it. Just like Joseph, your pain today will become the testimony of your greatness tomorrow. Don't give up. Keep believing. God is working even when you can't see it yet. Because when God writes a story, it always ends well. If you're waiting on something from God, maybe He's building you, not breaking you.